Oh shit. You would not believe what I've been doing for the past month and a half. Tier lists. You know them, you watch them. It's super original. There have been tier lists about anything. Tier lists about anime, isekai tier lists, even genre tier list and culture. Yes, I watch them, okay? I get a little bit of inspiration from them. And then an ugly bastard tier list, which was fucking amazing. But I haven't seen anyone do a studio tier list regarding cultured shows. I watch a lot of that shit on the down low. Well, it's not really down low anymore. There's gonna be studios, gonna be sauce, gonna be all that good shit you like. Not gonna go around any bullshit, okay? I watch all these shows. With each studio, I'm gonna show 2 of my favorite shows from that studio, and some of them I actually never heard of. But yeah, let's get straight into it. So first of all, like I said, we're gonna be looking at studios from cultured animes. And then we're gonna look at 2 of my favorite shows from that studio. I'm pretty sure everyone knows the studio. Collaboration Works. Collaboration Works hits home. It's like the Kyoto animation of the underworld, let's say, of the more adult shows. And my 2 choices for Collaboration Works was Doki Doki Little Oya-san and Eroge Sex and Game Make Sexy Games. Doki Doki Little Oya-san is a meat beat. It's an easy meat beat. I'm glad I live alone. It is the easiest meat beat in the face of meat beating of Collaboration Works. I think that's my favorite from Collaboration Works. And Eroge Sex Games and Make Sexy Games, whatever that long name is, that is also a good show. It's like a wild scenario, like all the shows that Collaboration Works does. I like the scenarios. It gives the sense of imagination and wonder. Yes, that sounds generic as fuck, but still, I rest my case. All their shows have some kind of unique, sexy spice to it, you know what I mean? And the animation isn't bad either. It's very fluid, like let's be real. All cultured shows have the same movement and we don't really give a fuck, okay? As long as it's believable. It's not like a certain studio, which I'm gonna mention. Stay tuned. Collaboration Works? I fuck with Collaboration Works. I've seen almost all of their works. Like, who hasn't? I think I lost my virginity of watching cultured shows from Collaboration Works, or it could have been the other studio I'm going to mention next. So for Collaboration Works, where am I going to put Collaboration Works? Because I really fuck with Collaboration Works. Doki Doki Little Oya-san is my go-to for late night dates with my left hand. It is not my personal favorite. However, I do recognize that they are amazing. So I'm going to put Collaboration Works I'm gonna put in an A tier. Like, it's an easy recommendation for anyone who wants to get into it, or who already is into it and you want to spread the blessings per se. This next one though, we got Poro. Poro just hits different, okay? And the 2 shows I picked for Poro is JK to Ero Konbini and Mesu Kiyoshi 4. And I picked these specific 2 because Mesu Kiyoshi series is my favorite cultured show, especially the first episode. Call me fucked up, but that thing gets me. Yes. And JK to Ero Konbini is the most funniest hentai I've ever seen. The situations are so bizarre. Like, of course, like, yeah, there's an ugly bastard in there, but it's like, the fucking situations, they're so hilarious. Like, I already said this in the ugly bastard tier list, that JK to Ero Konbini is a very funny show, and I stand by my case. I don't know, something about Poro, all the characters look the same, and I don't mind that. And if you don't like that, then don't watch Poro. Poro has some good animation, some good scenarios. Every single girl, if you erase the hair and put a different hair color on it and like a different height, every character is the same. I swear to God, every single female character is the same, a carbon copy, and I fuck with it. If I would write down all the shows like I watched from Poro, is like almost all of them, and I never had any bad things with Poro. And Poro happens to be my personal favorite because they made my personal favorite cultured show. Living alone is weird, but it's amazing. Mesu Kiyoshi 4, watch it. Poro. I like it. I really do. I want to try to stay objective. All the animations do look the same. I might like it, but not everyone else likes it. But they're not bad. So I'm going to put Poro at a B tier. Moving on. Alright, so you're walking in a PetSmart and you see the guinea pigs, you see gerbils, hamsters, and then you see a bunny. Not hopping, but walking. And you're like, wow, that stands out so much.
I want one.
That is how Bunny Walker do. Bunny Walker has this type of animation that looks very smooth and shiny. It looks nasty. It looks fucking nasty, but it's hot. All right. And the 2 shows I picked for Bunny Walker is Ane wa Yanmama Junyu Chu and Ijarare Fukushu Simon. Now, if you recognize that first title or from the image I'm showing now, that's one of the top shows on a certain site with anime with an H in front of it. And I've seen 2 of them. And that shit's fucking hot. That shit slaps. That slaps harder than the meat that I beat. And then you have Ijarare Fukushu Simon. It's very fucked up. Girl gets, you know, hypnotized, used. She cries. It's fucked up. Why am I getting hard? Out of context. My god, I love it. Animation wise, it looks smooth and buttery. There's a lot of sounds, okay? There's a lot of sounds. There's a lot of fluids everywhere. It's like, it looks sweet. It does. With both of them, they share the same effect of when they're having sex. I don't know, it just feels like it goes together, even though they're not bad. I just don't have a lot of input into it. I've probably seen a lot of shows from Bunny Walker, like, not gonna lie. I just probably don't know it, so I'm probably gonna look it up right now. Oh. Oh. Ooh. Ooh, shit. Alright, I changed my mind. Bunny Walker fucking slaps, too. It's another easy meat beat. If you're looking for a show to, like, do stuff with or to watch to make a video, yeah. If you wanna watch some cultured shows to make your own video, yeah, Bunny Walker is the way to go. They got some magical shit. They got Netorare and Ugly Bastard if you like that shit. Bunny Walker is a solid A for sure. Allow me to give some information for any new people into the culture medium. When someone says, "Oh shit, Queen Bee, fuck this shit, I'm out," they're referring to the letdown and disappointment from how the show looks in an animation standpoint. And while animation doesn't really matter in regular anime, in cultured shows, it kind of does matter. And Queen Bee just looks like a slideshow like a book that you do the little things and the characters move. I didn't know what a Queen Bee show was. I thought every show looked like it until I met the first 3 that I mentioned. Queen Bee's scenarios, however, are really nice. They adapt some really good doujins. They have some really good role plays and scenarios that I fuck with. Like, they have this $20 1,000 million expensive steak, and they're like, damn, let's put that shit in McDonald's grease and let's deep fry that bitch. They don't have the right actions. So they're not entirely bad if you can get past the really jarred animation and you can listen to the story if you're into that. But they're not the best, okay? They're really not the best. So for Queen Bee, I was gonna give an F. The saving factor that makes it an E is only because the scenarios and story are kind of hot. Queen Bee is gonna be an E. So it's like, meh. It's lower than a meh. We have Lune Pictures. The 2 shows I picked for this one is Netosis and JK Bitch ni Shiburetai. Yes. And if you haven't heard the title, Netosis sounds like Netorare and it's kind of fucked up. Lune Pictures as a studio. I've seen about maybe half of their shit. Some are pretty hot, some are kind of meh. Animation wise, it kind of varies. The animation varies. It's not like Poro where everyone looks the same. I don't know it's a Lune Pictures show unless I see like their logo on that specific website named anime with an H in front of it. It's very average. Like, it gets the job done if you really want it to, you know? It's not bad, but it's not good. It's not the worst, it's just there. It exists. It just exists to me. From the top of my head, Lune Pictures is probably gonna be a C. It's very average. It's not bad, it's not good. It's just there. It really is. Woo! Pink pineapple! Just hearing that studio kind of gives me the, I'm about to get the horny. So the 2 shows I picked for Pink Pineapple are Real Eroge Situation and Succubus Stayed Life. I will tell you this. The most recent shows that came out from Pink Pineapple have been A1. They have been fucking delicious, and I will give it an S tier. They have made a lot of shows. There's 10 fucking pages of that shit, okay? There's 10 pages worth of that shit when others didn't even have 3, okay? So they have a plethora of things. They have some older genres with the old animation, which a lot of people I guess don't like anymore. They like the new updated ones that have. Pink Pineapple, if you cut it off between the old animation and now, it's fucking spicy, alright? Real Eroge Situation was hot. That's about as simple as I can put it. It was hot. And Succubus Stayed Life is a really good vanilla. If you like strawberry milk, if you like chocolate milk, hey, that's fine, man. But you know what? I fuck with that vanilla. It really is it's hot as well. Has very fluid animation, the style that it brings out, even including the older shows. It's really nice. It really is. I would say the older shows didn't really age well, but That's back then. Even the cover art is like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put Pink Pineapple at an S tier. So watch it on your Bluetooth speaker in the living room when your parents are around. Yes. Do you know what edging is? Sorry, that's a weird question. Studio Edge. I never heard of this studio, but I realized that I've watched some of their shows. So the 2 shows for Edge is Cherry and Gals and Feya Hamelips. Edge has this way of saying, hey, we're gonna dump everything liquid on a specific person. And my God, it gets nasty. It gets fucking disgusting. Here's this scene. Let's add so much fucking fluids that like it's gonna cover the whole entire screen. And if you're into that shit, then hey, you found your new anime studio. Congratulations. Go beat your meat. I rewatched some shows about maybe 2 hours before making this video, and I'm like, damn, horny hours have begun. Cherry and Girls, I liked it. Feya Hamelips were my favorite. Edge really does put you on edge. It's not fucked up, it's not NTR, but it's like, wow, that's a lot of fluids. Whoosh. It's very over the top, and sometimes that's what you need. Sometimes you need that extra boost to be like, damn, that's me doing that. I'm gonna bust hard too. And then anyways, it's kind of like underrated, but it's not really the grand experience. So I'm gonna put Edge at a B tier. All right, we got Spider-Man's Girlfriend. First movie, Mary Jane. When I hear Mary Jane, I think, hey, is that Queen Bee that they're talking about? I'm gonna avoid Mary Jane. And that's understandable. I hear Queen Bee, I think of Mary Jane. When I hear Mary Jane, I think of Queen Bee. Mary Jane doesn't have the best animation, but at least it's better. So the 2 shows I picked for Mary Jane is Shoujo Ramune and Toshi Densetsu series, the Ghost Girl. I'm gonna get a lot of questionable marks, but I enjoyed Shoujo Ramune. Damn, that was bad. They have a lot of lolly. I think they have a lot of lolly, and I think they have some MILFs too. I'm gonna search it up right now. All right, so Mary Jane has a lot of lollies. A lot of legal issues and a lot of high school girls. So if you like that, then, because I think Mary Jane is like, it's okay. Like they've done some really good stuff. Like if you don't like lolly, then of course don't watch that. If you want some high schooler, then just keep it to yourself. I mean, just keep everything to yourself, to be honest, if you're watching this. And just, yeah. Awkwardly enough, if my mom is watching this, it gets the job done. I'm put at a C tier. C tier feels comfortable for Mary Jane. T-Rex. Yes, that's an actual studio. I didn't know they made Fault, which is one of the shows, and the other one is Kyon-Yu Reijo MC Gakuin. Now, I've looked through some of their videos that they posted and they made, and all of them revolve around Netarari, Ugly Bastard, and some pretty fucked up shit. Like if you're into that stuff, then hey, you just found your new favorite studio. But for me, what the fuck? It has like all these really messed up tags, fucking belly button, I don't know. But they do have one good show, Fault. I do fuck with Fault, but Fault does not save this entire studio. I think Fault is like the only one that has like a genuine sort of plot, where everyone else is like, yeah, this one girl is gonna get passed around, or like this one dude's gonna get cucked. Pinch my nose and be like, ah, what the fuck? What the fuck? Animation wise though, let's talk about that. It looks old, but it's not old. It's kind of like, I really don't want to compare this, but it's like Megalobox. Megalobox looks old, but it's not old. T-Rex looks old, but it's not old. Okay? But I don't really fuck with those scenarios a lot. So it's like, well, would I recommend this studio? Probably not. As a troll, yes. As a fucking joke, yes. I'll be like, hey, watch this one. So for me, honestly, I would probably put it at a D tier for just dicking around and just dicks. Hoods Entertainment. When I hear Hoods Entertainment, it's like, dang. I think of that Guy Fieri meme where he's like, that's so gangster. Hoods Entertainment only has 4 shows, with 3 of them being Akisora and the other one being Kagaku na Yatsuda. Put this in perspective, it's softcore. There is no penis or vagina shown. It's more story-based, if anything. It's more like I'm in the moment, but you don't really see anything. If you just want to like see some action, you're not going to see any action. You literally can't see it. You'll see the act being done, but you won't see, you know, if you want to see penis or some shit like. And they weren't really that engaging to me because I am part of that population where it's like, okay, where's the pizza? Compared to all the other studios, it doesn't really do much. So I'll probably put this on the F tier. I'm sorry. It's vanilla and softcore. Somewhat. So yeah, that's it. All right, so I remember walking around my apartment and this guy holds a little bag and he's like, Moleculas, beep, 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 beep. Meaning he sold bootlegged DVDs, and sometimes my mom would get bootleg DVDs. But the next studio is Bootleg. So this is actually a new one that I actually found out. And the 2 shows I picked is Kararemono Risa and Sakuba's Myth Story, the animation. The recent one, I read the doujin for it, and I like the doujin, and I like the adaptation. It was a little, it's okay. Really is. And Sakuba's Myth Story was an uncensored one. And I don't know about y'all, but I kind of prefer the uncensoredness part. So seeing it uncensored was kind of weird. They have a lot of uncensored shows, which is like, if you like that, then hey, this is great, you know? It's not bad, however. I keep saying that. When I say it's not bad, I'm talking about animation. The animation isn't bad. Like, the animation looks shiny. It looks very clean. Like, even like with the whole finishing sex thing, it looks clean. It looks like, okay, this looks pretty neat. This looks nice. And I was just confused about this studio because I never heard about it. I only seen the studio because I was like, hey, what kind of fucking studios is this site with an anime with an H in front of it have? And like, oh, bootleg. Well, and if it is bootleg, then I'm like, oh, well, it's not bootleg. They actually have some good shit. This is like the alley. You're going down the alley in Tokyo, Japan, and then you're like, hey, there's a hidden store, and you're like, oh shit, it has some really good food. And then boom, bootleg is the good food. Am I gonna go there again? Probably not, because it's sketchy as fuck. They only had a little bit of shows that I like though. Only those two fit my interest. The other two was like, it was meh. I'm feeling a little bit bad about this, but yeah, it's probably gonna be another D for me. Green Bunny, all of its content has a lot of older type of looking shows, which coming in 2021, no pun intended, doesn't really suit well with me, or probably with others, but I don't know. A lot of uncensored, it really doesn't hit right. I watched Sex Friend from an anime convention I went to, Anime Matsuri, during Hentai Fest, and I so happily to watch it again for this video, and another one was Made in Heaven. All of them are very cliche, but it was a start back then. Today, it doesn't really go well. It didn't really age well. It's old but not gold. And the animation does stand out, however. Okay, I will say that. Let me correct myself. It does stand out. It may be old looking, but every character has a unique type of feature. Like, it's specified for that thing. It doesn't look like Poro. I don't think anyone watches them anymore. Or probably they do if you're an OG fan. Is that a right word for that terminology? I really don't think anyone will watch it. So that's an F tier for me. All right, so we have Moonstone Cherry. They literally made one show and said, all right, I'm out. So Moonstone Cherry made Imoto Paradise Part 1. If you've seen that fucking show, do you want to go on a roller coaster? The whole show is like, Onii-chan's fucking pounding me so fucking hard. Oh no. Woo! Every single scene besides the dialogue, the camera is like doing this number, okay? It's like going this, it's doing all this crazy shit. It's like you're at fucking Six Flags. So the animation is kind of jarring. The faces, like, they make the largest duck face of sucking ever. And Imoto is like little sisters, so like it's a bunch of little sisters screwing the Onii-chan, your Nissan Corolla, Toyota, Honda, Civic, Suzuki. I am gonna say this, yes, I fuck with the Onii-chan stereotype, not the I'm stuck in a washer step, bro. Help me out. Hentai just hits differently, okay? You can do more stuff with it, alright? You can do more things with cultured shows. So I'll probably put Moonstone Cherry for what it is at a B. It's not gonna be an A or an S because the camera movement is just really, really weird. It's like, you don't know where the fuck you're gonna go. Portions are so jarring with the lips sucking and all this stuff's happening. And it's like, god damn. Alright, so let me just mention two shows. You're probably gonna recognize this studio. First one is Joku Shinsatsu Shitsu, and then second one is Bible Black. Welcome to the Hentaiverse, because Bible Black is probably one of the first shows anyone has ever seen. If you're in your late 20s, early 20s, whatever 20s you are, Bible Black is very, very popular. Like, I don't consider Bible Black to be a hentai. I consider it to be an art. And I don't mean that as a meme. I mean that as a fucking serious ass statement. If you've seen Bible Black, chicks with dicks, then the whole fucking plot, and then witchcraft, and I can't beat my meat to that. Who the hell can do that? It shows sex. But it's like, damn, that's happening, all right? However, the other one that I said that I can't say, the Shinsatsu Shitsu, it's a nurse hentai, and anything with nurses I like. They heal me in multiple ways, all right? I would describe the animation as postmodern, because it does look old, but it is modernized, and everyone has a unique taste and everything. Bible Black, I always suggest watching it for what it is. MS Pictures, I'll give them a C. They're okay. They have some gold mines in there. A lot of them didn't hit for me, but they have some gold there. So they're okay. MS Pictures is gonna be a C tier. All right, Studio 9, Maiami. So for the two shows I picked Imoto Paradise 2 and Piso Hame. Out of all their shows they made, Imoto Paradise 2 happens to be the best one among them. Imoto Paradise 2 it had the same thing as Moonstone Cherry did, but without the camera motion. So it took everything bad from Moonstone Cherry and they brought it here. Better than Imoto Paradise 1 because of studio production or whatever. Then Piso Hame's animation is very, very bad. It's like Queen Bee level bad. So Studio 9 Maiami, I would say stay probably away from it. You're not really going to find anything good unless you want to see Immortal Paradise 2 and question yourself of why you're watching it. And if you're questioning yourself, then you're on the right track. You're on the right track. That means you're too far deep. I'm going to put Studio 9 Miami at an F tier. I was going to put it in an E tier because of Immortal Paradise 2, but one show isn't going to really save the whole entire studio. Most of them that I've seen were very, very PowerPoint slide-esque scenes. The animation wasn't really good, and animation is very important. Putting you at an F tier, don't fuck with it. Wow, that's quite big. Suzuki Mirono. This studio has about 100 shows, okay? So they know what the fuck they're doing, and they have so much good shit. Even though the good shit is kind of like, it's fucked up. They do a lot of netorare, but I don't really mind that. Okay, unlike people be like, oh, this is so sensitive, right? It's not pure. Like, okay, shut the fuck up. Not everything's gonna be pure. I don't care about that. The two shows I picked from the studio is Jitaku Kibun and Tore no Hanako-san versus Kokyu Daimashi. The Jitaku series kind of effed up, but let me tell you, the animation and the scenes, it fucking slaps. And with the Hanako-san, the scenes, it fucking slaps. The positions, even like if you go to a random show they did too and just scroll around and skip because all you fucking perverts do that anyways. Like Suzuki Mirono is an easy meat bait. Yeah, this came out of nowhere. It's very, very high, and this is probably going to be another S tier for me. I was looking it up too and got a boner. That happened. Okay, so with Valkyria, I kind of didn't want to review this studio. I didn't really want to put a studio that only had one show. So Valkyria, the two best ones I picked, even though I didn't really like them, is Rape, and Princess Knight Katue. Very basic scenes, and it was very aggressive. Like, Valkyria's animation is very aggressive. And with the Princess Knight one and like all the others, there's tentacles, there's ogres. It's basically dick goes all the way up to their mouth kind of shit. Like, all right, you have this woman, all right? She goes as deep as 8 inches, okay? Then you have this dragon who has a 16-foot long dick, and it's very gruesome. It's very brutal. I don't really get turned on by that. It's kind of like, whoa, what the fuck? It's kind of, I would say Valkyria is a studio you can show with the boys. Unless you're really close, none of y'all are gonna whip your dicks out. If you are, then you do you, my dudes. It's kind of like, whoa, what the fuck is going on? Oh my god! But for yourself, as a studio, for yourself, for your own enjoyment, because that's what people watch us for. Maybe, I don't know. Valkyria isn't really good. I wouldn't say it's good. No, I'm putting it at F tier. I don't really fuck with it, so F tier. Okay, so I'm gonna say this one show that probably everyone knows about, and that's Overflow, from the studio of Suiseisha. And the other show I watched from this studio is Jimehen Jimeko Okai Chao Junise Koyu. And all of them are pretty vanilla. All of them don't have netorare, no ugly bastard. It's very straightforward and very, very pure and vanilla. They have about 6 shows as of the recording of this video, and Suiseisha seems okay. It's a little better than others, but it's not like, it doesn't hit as hard as some others as well. The characters are cute. Even the guys don't look half bad either. Not much to say for that. It's like, it's good. Probably gonna give this one a B tier as well. Last and final one that I'll be presenting in this cultured tier list is none other than Ner. So Ner, it's a fairly new studio. Only about 12 shows done so far. And it happens to be one of my favorites. It suffers the Poro effect where every fucking girl looks the same. And I don't know what's with my head, but when that happens, I just like it. The 2 shows I picked were Kanojo ga Yatsu ni Takareta and Nozoki Kanojo. Girlfriend, boyfriend, other guy, girl likes boy, and then that's basically the scenario with all the shows that they've done so far. And I like it. Other than that, I like the positions and scenes. The characters all look the same. The audio is very, Yamete kudasai, itayo. So for Ner, in my case, I'm gonna put Ner at an A tier. I wonder how this is gonna look. I don't even know. I'm just doing it off the like top of my head. I did that. I did this video. Hopefully you enjoy all the condiments of sauces I presented to you. Venture out, explore new things, learn about shows and their likes and dislikes, see if I'm wrong, make your own tier list, all that good stuff. But yeah, that's it. That